Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on this Monday, President's Day, and the beginning of winter break for a lot of kids. Thanks for starting your morning with us and clicking on our live stream. We have issued a weather impact alert, and the roads look okay right now, but we're showing you the 90 at the 400 split. There was a car that went off the ramp, and that was just cleared moments ago. It's those ramps, Patrick, that are really
the ramps.
bad. That the roads might seem fine, and then all of a sudden you're on the ramps, either on ramp or off, well, mostly the off ramps, and they're just awful.
The crews in Hamburg Orchard Park did an amazing job. The roads were okay this morning, but when I was on Armored Duels getting onto the 219, it went from being clear to the on-ramp had 7 inches of snow that hadn't.
Right, because the plows aren't getting to every single on-ramp
right.
or off-ramp, and it just kind of catches you off guard, and you really need to slow down. I was on the 219 yesterday and saw the truck. It was just not driving safely, though,
Right.
and I was looking at him like, this is not good. This is not good, and it was swerving and then ended up spinning off the side of the road. Unfortunately, there was enough distance, but it was.
Oh, you saw a truck?
I watched it go off the road.
You're just telling me this now.
Sorry. we typically talk about these at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Everything.
So you saw a truck spin off the road yesterday?
Yes.
Oh my
and
God.
it was almost like I knew it was going to happen. Like,
Right.
this guy is going way too fast
Right.
for the conditions. And I think, it just, a lot of people drive in Western New York and think that they have a lot more confidence than they actually should have.
I was driving with my daughter, who's 18, around downtown, or approaching downtown on Saturday. And she's driving like as if it was July 13th with sunshine, like going the full speed. I'm like, slow down.
Right.
You haven't had the experience of, losing traction.
Growing up here in Western New York, my parents would not let me get my license until I spent a whole winter with my permit driving in the snow and trying to get that practice before I could actually get the license. But yeah, even if you have grown up here all your life, this winter has been really tough, and the road conditions are tough. And as we're going to talk about, the salt doesn't work in really, really cold conditions. And so they might spread it down, but it's not helping, and it's not melting the snow.
Winter break a year ago, 40s and 50s.
But then spring break was colder
yes.
than the February
There's
break.
been a couple of seasons where that's been the case.
And I swear, if this spring break is worse than what this is, we have problems.
April cannot get this cold. So let's get to
talk
it.
about
17 degrees currently, the wind chill 1 below 0, and these are the kind of temperatures that we're going to see much of the week, okay? 20 in Angola, that's a warm spot. 19 Grand Island, 16 in East Aurora. Winds still gusty out there. 35 to 40 miles an hour in gusts, bringing wind chills to the sub-zero level. Here are the wind chills and how they're forecast to behave today. This evening, 2 to 7 below 0. Overnight tonight, we're going to see wind chills between 15 and almost 20 below 0. And then wind chills tomorrow, also sub-zero as well. So we have a wind advisory in place until 6 o'clock. Wind gusts approaching 50, most likely in the 35 to 45, but we could see a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust. Cold weather advisory tonight, wind chills approaching 15 below, if not colder, as I mentioned. And then we also have a winter weather advisory through tomorrow, Wednesday morning. It looks like near the Lake Ontario shoreline here, we could see 5 to 10 inches of snow from Orleans County out towards Rochester. So for today, we're going to stay in the teens, it looks like, all day today, with temperatures in the wind chill department staying below 0. So let's move forward and show you what we're expecting in terms of the forecast. First of all, I want to show you where the snow is falling right now. There is some snow, especially in Orleans County, which you'll see here in a second. There it is, kind of lifting to the north, a few flurries elsewhere. Future look keeps things, cold. Snow showers are possible this afternoon. The best chance, though, along the escarpment. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy and very cold. And then tomorrow, another day of chill and perhaps just a few snow flurries out there, but no real accumulation. Today, though, this afternoon with some of the snow showers, we could pick up a quick inch. So teens today, single digits tonight, but the wind chills, of course, much, much colder. And in terms of additional snow, as I mentioned, today, if you get under a little snow shower, there could be a quick inch or so. But farther to the north, I want to take you in to northern Orleans County. This is where a lake band kind of hugging the shoreline here could bring 5 to 10 inches potentially. So very cold with some snow showers today, 18. Tonight, frigid, wind chills 10 to 15 below, down to 5. Long range forecast, a weather impact for today and tonight because of the cold. Snow showers, especially for Niagara and Orleans County tomorrow, and then light snow for Thursday. Temperatures moderating a bit for the weekend, where numbers could go above freezing for the few rare hours in February where we've had above freezing temperatures. That could be Sunday. Snow showers, though, for the south towns in the southern tier today, and then again on Thursday of this week. So, yeah, the kids are off this week. No reason you can't get outside and play and enjoy it. Just, bundle up.
Right. Look for those signs of frostbite. I mean, really bundle the kids up if they do want to go out and play. And there's plenty of snow out there to make snowmen and snow forts and go sledding and all that sort of stuff. But you got to keep them warm.
Forts. I love that.
Isn't that great?
It's a fun thing. Absolutely. Sure. So just be careful, but you know what to do. Bundle up.
Can be fun, but it also can be serious. And we've got our Alex Rios Malvia live in downtown Buffalo right now to tell us a little bit more about the conditions outside, road conditions. Alex, what's it like right now?
Yeah, Melissa, the commute this morning was definitely a challenge. It was one of those drives that you just had to stay alert the entire time while you were driving. And the commute, well, that started out slow. Slide streets were slick, but with a layer of packed snow making it just tough to get traction. Plows have been working through the night, but with the ongoing salt shortage, some areas still need treatment. So if you are heading out this morning, it's important to take it slow, make sure that you give yourself plenty of time, and just know that it might take you a couple more minutes to get to your final destination.
Yeah, and Alex, we're seeing behind you, you're on Delaware Avenue in downtown right now, and we're seeing that this snow is really packed on the street, and that's because the salt's not working. It's not melting that snow, so you're driving on that hard packed snow, and obviously the wind is blowing too. We see it blowing your scarf out there. But Alex, describe a little bit more about what the conditions were like. You came from the north towns overnight into the city, and then you went to Cheektowaga and you were live there during daybreak. So what were the conditions like, and what are you seeing right now? Or maybe she can't hear us because it's so windy out there.
Yeah, Melissa, again, the roads are rough, but we have to remember that this isn't just a one-day problem. This is going to be something that trickles down the week. Now, with the salt shortage affecting Cheektowaga and other towns, drivers need to stay extra careful the entire week. Crews are doing what they can, but with this shipment delayment, towns are just having to stretch their supply of salt, which again includes the town of Cheektowaga. So even if your drive seems okay today, just note that tomorrow it could be a little bit worse. Melissa.
Okay, Alex, thank you. Yes, those towns, including Cheektowaga and a lot of Erie County, dealing with the salt shortage because of one particular company that they have a contract with. So towns are trying to decide whether they need to switch companies, trying to stretch the salt as much as possible. The salt, again, isn't working when it's really, really cold. So again, just use those winter driving skills here in Western New York. And fortunately, because it is midwinter break, a lot of kids are off from school, buses aren't out there, and some parents are staying home as well. So it should make
today's
the commute.
a holiday,
And
so
today's,
I was just out there too. The downtown is a ghost town right now. I mean, there's not many people out there.
Okay, so take it easy out there, and we'll get another update with Patrick on the forecast in a little bit. And remember, you can always download our Storm Team 2 app. It's got the radar, the weather impact alerts, the 7-day forecast, all there in the palm of your hand, free to download right now from the App Store or Google Play. We are still not done celebrating Western New York and Josh Allen and Bills Mafia and all of these stuff to go along with MVP. And look at this addition to the mural that was already up of Damar Hamlin right across from Larkin Square. Well, now there is a 17-foot Josh Allen showing him in his jersey, and he's got that MVP cape. So that is so cool. You've got Damar with the hearts, and you've got Josh Allen, MVP. So a great place to go and get some pictures next to Damar and Josh.
Okay, where is that again? Where is it?
That's in Larkinville.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't miss it when you see the side of the building. So
I wonder if DeMar's going to be with the team next year.
you hope so.
You
right?
kind of.
Well,
he might test
emotionally.
right. I mean, he had an okay season, and there's just such a bond with him. And he's going to test free agency, I guess, but you just wonder if there's kind of an allegiance there. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. You've got that emotional connection. There's so many emotions right now with the Bills, including Slick Rick and the emotions behind that shout out. Josh gave the shout out to Slick Rick in the mailroom during his MVP speech, as you all pretty much know by now. Slick Rick's real name is Roderick Morrow, and he's become quite a celebrity, not just here, but nationally, too. People are talking about him. And our Claudine Ewing shows us how his life has changed since that night.
To Slick Rick in the mailroom.
That mention made Roderick Slick Rick Morrow cry.
Slick Rick from the mailroom at the Buffalo Bills. He was named by Josh Allen, and now he's receiving a 2017 Traverse, courtesy of West Her.
You see, Rick takes the bus from Buffalo to Orchard Park, and as the new stadium goes up, his bus stop is farther away from One Bills Drive.
And in the wintertime, that's brutal.
When is the last time you had a vehicle?
99.
On Valentine's Day 2025, this happened.
Here's your very own Chevy Traverse to drive off on and start taking back from Buffalo to Orchard Park every day.
Calling it the best day of his life, he walked over and got inside, making it clear that he needs to learn the bells and whistles of the SUV. He learned about the gift while riding the bus, and now he's got a vehicle to take his 15-year-old son around and go to his games.
Oh my God, because I mean, even like when I go to his games, like all other parents, they have cars and stuff. Then me and my son would just walk off, catch them, stuff like that. But like now, he'll be able to put his equipment in here and we can drive home.
His tears, his heartfelt appreciation. This is Slick Rick from the Buffalo Bills mailroom.
It's like I'm living a dream. It is, and I am. I'm living a dream.
The average guy, just working and now overwhelmed.
I can't believe what's going on right now, Josh. I don't have words for what's going on now. I'm just, and Josh, you touch me for the rest of my life.
On your side in Hamburg, Claudine Ewing, Channel 2 News.
Just such sincere gratitude, all because of, a shout out that all of this. And then
the Today Show did a whole thing about him and the story, and it was awesome.
This morning they aired part of this video to talk about, how Slick Rick's life has changed since that moment. So that was very, very cool that he's getting that national attention and, all for good reason. That Josh appreciated the little things that he did. He was never asking for this and looking for this, and it just kind of happened. So good for him.
And Josh, thanked the equipment manager and the mailroom guy, of course.
The cafeteria staff.
The cafeteria staff. And it seemed authentic.
It really did.
He didn't.
Because the MVP speech could have been me, 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 me. And it wasn't. It was about everybody else around him.
This is a team award. He said it. His words. Yeah. I love that.
So great. Okay. All right. News since daybreak. Also, we're talking about. Is this what we're doing? Let's ask Milton in my ear. Because it's a team effort. Are we talking about this?
About the Isaac Canal.
He's chatting with me right now.
Okay. Isaac Canal said, yeah, I think that's it's been extended until July.
Right. Winter will go on forever, it appears. Yeah, the Isaac Canal side, the season has been extended, we're now learning. Operations were supposed to actually wrap up on Sunday, but the long winter weather means you've got more time to get out there and skate if you want to. So look at your screen right now. You can see that the Isaac Canal side will be open also on February 28th and March 1st and March 2nd. So if you care to go out there and get your skating on, you can do that. There's also great skating that's happening today indoors at Riverworks. They've got free ice skating and free roller skating, Patrick.
Really?
Yeah. How about roller skating? I wonder.
Not inline skating, like the 2-on-2, right? The 4.
Which would be for wheels. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could bring your roller blades too. But yeah, that's happening at Riverworks. Just lots of places trying to do activities for the kids as they're in February break.
Roller skating seems to be such a 1985 thing, right?
I went to so many birthday parties and always hoped that a boy would ask me to skate for the couple skate, and never had that opportunity. It never happened.
Exactly. And just the music and the lights it's memories. All right. That is very cool. All right. So, yeah, finding things to do, a good idea, because here's how things look today. 18 the high, 5 tonight, and 16 tomorrow. There's some blowing snow that we're expecting today. Not a lot of falling snow, but there could be a few snow showers this afternoon. But the 4 to 9 inches of snow. Kenmore got 9.5, 7 inches in West Seneca, about 4 inches in East Aurora. That snow is all blowing around. So bitter cold for the next 3 days. Blowing snow today, and it really stays cold all week, moderating a bit by the end of the week. The one chance of more widespread light snow will come Thursday. So there's the snow right now. This is the, here, I want to zoom in a little closer to Orleans and Niagara County. This is the area that is going to really see some healthy snow. Northern Orleans County, especially northern Niagara County, a lake band is going to set up right near the Lake Ontario shore, and that's where some heavier snows could occur, where 5 to 10 inches are possible, which is why there's a winter weather advisory. In fact, you can see that snow here as we head into the afternoon. Scattered snow showers elsewhere. Tonight, mainly dry, but certainly cold with those wind chills. And then for tomorrow, another cold day. Not as much snow, maybe again some snow across the escarpment, but other than that, it looks pretty quiet with just a few snow showers here or there. So teens today, lows tonight in the single digits, but I want to take you through the wind chills. Notice as we head towards this afternoon, 5 to 8 degrees below zero for this evening, and then overnight tonight, 10 to 20 below with those wind chills towards tomorrow morning. So very cold. As you see on the long range, it is going to stay cold through the week. Light snow on Thursday. Friday, we're in the 20s. Upper 20s to around 30 on Saturday. Mid 30s on Sunday. And for the south towns in the southern tier, you can see that we've got some snow on Thursday. But overall, the big story is just the cold that we have all week long.
Still okay for skiing and snowmobiling, and lots of ice fishermen are very happy out there as well.
Yes, my neighbor was just like because they haven't been, he likes to drive out onto Lake Erie. Haven't been able to do that in a long time.
Yeah.
So, the lake it will completely freeze over by the end of this week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to really tell how much lake ice is out there because it's been so cloudy. You need satellites or observations from aircraft to actually see how much ice there is. But it was like at 80% before this latest cold snap, so this will do it in.
Okay. Something a lot of people will be talking about today is SNL's 50th anniversary special that aired last night. It went until well past 11, so I wasn't able to stay up and watch the whole thing since we have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, but there were so many talkable moments. Dozens of past cast members and celebrity hosts and musical guests returned to Studio 8H for that 3-hour special, and NBC's Mark Barger has some of the highlights and comments from those who built the show's legacy.
I sang this song with George Harrison.
It was 50 years ago that Paul Simon was there for the dawn of Saturday Night Live.
I was not born then, and neither were my parents.
But Sabrina Carpenter's duet with Simon on Homeward Bound provided musical bookends to launch SNL's Sunday celebration.
It's like our Oscars, Met Gala, Super Bowl.
It's pretty overwhelming, actually, to get to be here to celebrate something that's meant so much to me my entire life.
I'm Steve Martin, Saturday Night Live's newest diversity hire.
A traditional opening monologue led into sketches, often blending cast members from different eras.
Well, you gotta have a lot of money if you're gonna live like I live. I eat 4-cheese lasagna.
Today during rehearsals, I saw Eddie Murphy, then I saw Alec Baldwin, then I saw Bill Murray, and so it just blows your mind, you know?
So did cameos from celebrities in the audience.
I left a scarf here in 1988.
And on stage.
A good mother can also be a bad girl.
Meryl Streep joining Kate McKinnon.
I cried a lot at the 40th with how emo the whole thing was, and so tonight, look out.
Adam Sandler's tribute song,
6 years of our boy Farley,
also stirred emotions.
be in this whatever club we're all together in is cool. It's a lifetime thing, and I'm very proud.
A sentiment shared by an SNL original.
I'm not one to reflect, and this has caused me to reflect, and it's a nice feeling.
A feeling that was 50 years in the making. Mark Barker, NBC News.
Do you remember Jane Curtin and Dan Aykroyd? Counterpoint?
No.
Okay, well, Jane, you beep, 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 beep. I know this is streaming, so I just...
We can't say anything on the stream, but we won't.
It's aired on NBC on programming, but anyway, I just seen Jane. It reminded me of that, some of the traditional skits from like even the 70s. Also, she was in the Land Shark. Remember?
Oh, right.
Remember the doorbell rings? Candygram. Mailgram.
Yeah.
Oh, you're that silly land shark. The door opens. Anyway. Sorry. Just reminiscing live.
Right. And I'm just smiling and nodding because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just look at Land Shark was classic.
That was also the really great thing because of the whole thing last night, because it was so many decades of Saturday Night Live, these 5 decades that were celebrated last night, mixing the old characters with new characters, and then it was just so well done. And I couldn't believe in the audience, too. I mean, you've got the biggest A-list celebrities who all had a role with the show.
I remember the 15th year anniversary. I was in college, and that was a big thing. Because if you recall, Saturday Night Live was a hit. And then it kind of hit a little bit of a lull. They changed, it went from Lorne Michaels to Dick Ebersol, and it was actually a threat to be canceled because it kind of had a couple of years that just weren't hitting the mark with some of the cast members. And then they no, let's commit to it. And then of course, then you got the Billy Crystal and you got the Eddie Murphy and onward.
And Adam Sandler did this amazing song last night that Mark Barker mentioned it. So you got to go online and watch that too. Speaking of songs, this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, have you heard about the nominations? Patrick. Okay. Here they are. These are just the nominees. Billy Idol, Chubby Checker, Bad Company, Mana, The Black Crowes. Look at this next screen. Oasis, who I love. Mariah Carey, Outkast, Soundgarden, Fish. Okay, then there's Joy Division, New Order, Joe Cocker, The White Stripes, and Cyndi Lauper.
So these are the nominees.
The nominees. Okay, so it's late April that we will find out who is going to be nominated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is tricky because it's not rock and roll. Like, I wouldn't put Mariah Carey with rock and roll.
And I wouldn't put Fish with rock and roll.
Right.
The White Stripes, Oasis.
Who finally are coming back together, the brothers, and they're touring in Europe. And I think they're coming here too. So I love Oasis. Mariah Carey, I mean, she's such an incredible artist and has sold so many albums.
Maybe they should change the name of it. It's just not rock.
The Music Hall of Fame.
Music Hall of Fame, because it does cross a lot of musical borders. And but those are all really well-deserved.
What would you do if Fish actually was inducted into the Rock and Roll? You'd be going to Cleveland and go and see it.
But they're going to be inducted. There's no way. I mean,
oh, Mr. Confident.
They've been touring since 1986.
And they've got a cult following.
Yes.
But are they big enough to be? I mean, Chubby Checker.
They sold out Madison Square Garden 13 nights in a row, and they did not repeat a song.
Come on.
13 shows.
That's pretty impressive.
It was called The Baker's Dozen. They did not repeat a song. That's their library. They do a lot of covers too. So that's. But I'm saying, yes, it's an acquired taste. I get it. It's a jam band thing. But I can't imagine they're not inducted.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. That would be very, very exciting. Yes. I'd be very happy for you.
Thank you. I will be happy for me. Because I feel like I was one of the original, I've liked them since the mid-'80s.
And you have so many people stop you in Wegmans saying, I'm a Fish fan too.
We watch Fish Friday, and
If you don't know, Patrick dances on the roof every Friday to Fish music.
Friday's Fish,
Yes. Thanks for watching the stream, everyone. Enjoy your day off if you have it, and stay warm, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.